In this video, we'll explore Excel's count functions: count, counter, COUNTIF, and COUNTIFS. These functions are used to count the number of cells within a specified range. The count function specifically counts only the cells that contain numeric values. On the other hand, counter counts all non-empty cells in a given range, regardless of the type of data they contain. This includes numbers, text, and even error values. Additionally, the COUNTIF function counts the number of cells within a range that meet a specific condition. Meanwhile, COUNTIFS allows you to count cells that meet multiple criteria across one or more ranges. Let's begin with the count function, which is quite simple to use. It counts only the number of cells that contain numeric values within a given range, ignoring any blank cells or those containing text. For example, suppose we want to determine how many cells fall under the column titled Games Played. To do this, we use the count function by typing = to count open parenthesis and selecting the range E4 to E12. Since this function requires only one argument, we can close the formula and Excel will return the result. 9. This means there are 9 cells containing numbers within the selected range, demonstrating how the count function works. A variation of the count function is COUNTA, which counts all non-empty cells, including both numbers and text. Let's apply counter to the range B4 to B12. By typing = to counter open parenthesis and selecting the range, we can count the number of filled cells. Unlike count, which only considers numeric values, counter includes text as well. In this case, the function returns 9, indicating that there are 9 non-empty cells within the selected range. When we need to count the number of cells in a range that meet specific criteria, we can use the COUNTIF and COUNTIFS functions. For example, let's determine how many teams in our table have earned more than 60 points. To do this, we use COUNTIF. First, we type = to COUNTIF, then select the range to be evaluated. Next, we specify the condition that must be met for a cell to be counted. In this case, the value should be greater than 60. It's important to note that conditions can be entered as a direct number within quotation marks, using symbols like >60. Once we press Enter, Excel returns the result. 5 out of the 9 teams have earned more than 60 points. The COUNTIFS function allows us to apply multiple conditions when counting cells. Let's look at an example where we count how many teams in our table earned more than 60 points and participated in the Champions League. To do this, we start by typing = to COUNTIFS and selecting the first range. This will be the column that indicates whether a team participated in the Champions League. Next, we specify the first condition, which is yes, since we only want to count teams that took part in the Champions League. Now, we add the second range, which contains the number of points earned by each team, and set the second condition to greater than 60, meaning we only count teams that scored more than 60 points. After closing the formula, we get the result. 3 teams both participated in the Champions League and earned more than 60 points. In conclusion, the count, counter, COUNTIF, and COUNTIFS functions are essential for data analysis in Excel. Count counts numerical values. Counter counts all non-empty cells. COUNTIF counts cells based on a single condition, and COUNTIFS allows multiple conditions. Mastering these functions improves efficiency and accuracy in data management. Keep practicing to enhance your Excel skills.